Hello and welcome to Little Sue. So it is day 11 of my Christmas in July series. I cannot believe we're on day 11 already. So as you can see, I have this big 12 by 12 Time to Sparkle Christmas pad in front of me, and I also have my scoreboard. So today I have decided to make this with these. Now this box has been sitting up on my unit over there for some time, the black unit, and I can't actually remember who I got this design from, so I am really sorry. Honestly, it's not my idea. I didn't come up with it. I did do the measurements myself though, because the one they made was either slightly smaller or slightly bigger. I can't remember. It could have been slightly fatter as well at the bottom, but I'm not 100% sure. So I have come up with the measurements for this one specifically. So this one is 4 inches by 9 inches to make this specific size. Now I'm making one slightly longer. Mine is going to be 5 inches long. So let's get crafting. So what you're going to need is, I've cut down a 12 by 12 paper pad and I've cut it into 9 inches by 5 inches, and then you're going to need two that are 3 1/8 by 2 inches, and you need two of them. Now this way, doesn't matter how long you make it, it's not going to affect the bag at all. This way, if you're using my measurements, it needs to be 9 inches long for the measurements to work. So my scoring is at 2 3/4. Then I've got 4. Then I've got 6 3/4. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up all of these lines and score them. Well, use this as sort of a bone folder to give them a nice crisp edge. Where's the other one? And it's up there. So then that gives you the sort of basis of the bag. So as you can see, this one is slightly longer. I've made this one 5 inches long. You can go as long as you want or as short as you want, just as long as the long part is 9. Doesn't matter what the length is. So that's the shape so far. And then on the two smaller pieces, all you're doing is scoring at 3/8 of an inch all the way around. But make sure, not all the way around, you're scoring 3/8 of an inch on 3 sides, and 2 of the sides have to be the long sides. Oops, 3/8 and 3/8. I'll just make sure that was 3/8. Yeah. And then with this, oh, there is one more score that you need to do on this, and it's at 1, but you're not going all the way down. So the 1 has to be in the part that you haven't scored. So I haven't scored this end here, so that's the part I'm going to score down the 1 at, and you're only going part way down. You don't need to go all the way down, just a little bit. And then the same with this one, 3/8 all the way round. And that just gives you your enough area to put glue on it. And then the part that you haven't scored, you're scoring at 1 and only going part way down. And you'll understand why it's like that in a minute. Now the next thing to do is cut off these little squares because we don't need the squares. Now you could use the squares to make the box a wee bit stronger, but unless you're putting something really heavy in it, you don't really need to keep the squares on. But what you could do for an idea is just to give it that little bit of strength is glue it in there. But I'm not doing that, so I'm cutting all my squares off completely on both of them, because mine isn't going to have anything heavy in it. Only if you wanted to put something heavy in it, you could strengthen the sides up like that. And then I'm just going to fold all these in like that. And then with this one, all you want to do is sort of push it so it's like a concertina. Same with all these, just fold them all in, and then just want to give that top one a wee bit of a press, and so that you've got that shape there. Then with the bag, what I do is I try and glue the base in first before I put the sides in. So I like to try and glue the bottom of it first before I put my sides in. Just like that. And then they'll come up like that. So I'll get the other side glued in first before I glue the sides of them. Now, I love the idea of this little bag. I think it'd be perfect to make smaller ones to hold like some money and then put it in the Christmas tree for decoration. Like making one smaller than that. So instead of 4 inches, maybe 3. You do 3 inches, and then you could put money in it and make a wee handle and tie it from, hang it on the tree. Oh. So now I'm going to put glue up the sides. And then you just try and line it up as best you can. Try to give that a nice straight edge. I'll do that side. I don't know if you can hear my two, they're saying cheese out in the hall. They are pretending they have cameras now and are saying cheese. Now they're arguing. Apparently Jack doesn't want his picture taken, even though it's not a real picture. Then I'm just going to use this part of it and just rub inside of it just to make sure it's got a nice seal. No arguing. And that's the main part of the bag done. Please be quiet. So that's the main part of the bag done. Like that. Now what I'm going to do is round the corners of mine. Now what you could do is, if you've got a circle die, you can make this a lot bigger. Or if you don't have a circle die, you can just do that. So I actually have some hook and loop, that's what it is. Try to remember what it's called. Now if I just use my mat, I want to try and get this as even as I can. So you want it roughly in the centre. And all I'm going to do is stick the other one on it before I pull off the backing paper. Pull off the backing paper, close it, and then just put that down. And that gives that. So this would actually work out a lot better if you use a thicker cardstock. This one is only 150 GSM, so it's not very strong. So you might have to be really careful with the hook and loops that you use. If you use ones that are really strong, you might end up ripping them off. but that is the main part of the like bag purse type thing. Now I've got some decoration here to go on it. So I'm thinking, how do I open these to start off with? And so I am thinking I want this one. Right here. And then I want a sentiment on the other side, but I'm thinking I want with love. If I've got with love and chipboard, which is one there, and I have, yeah, it's the same one there. Which I like the banner more than I like the arrows, because the banner will stand out, especially if I put the black one on. And like normal, it is a tiny bit of foam that is stuck. So all I'm going to do is remove that. Get my tacky glue and just spread glue all over it. Just to make sure it gives a good seal, and it'll also make this bit a wee bit stronger as well. So, right there. And just push down to make sure it's glued. Now, you could put a handle on it. Just attach the handles where, right there. If you attach like a little bit of ribbon on either side, you could turn it into a little hanging bag. But I think I'm going to leave mine as a little purse. I might change my mind later on, but that is my Christmas make. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to trim off either side here just now, because I'm just ever so slightly too big. And if I just take it off just now, it might help the bag actually close a wee bit better as well. Just trimming this part down. And it's not much I'm taking off. As you can see, it's just like that tiny slither. There we go. Yep, makes the bag close a wee bit better as well by doing that. And that's that. So, just move my scoreboard out the way. I wish there was a way to stand it up now because it's not standing, but if I just zoom you in. That is my little Christmas make for the 11th of July. So thank you so much for watching. I will leave all the measurements down in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like my little make, and please leave a comment. See you tomorrow for day number 12. Bye for now.